morning. Before we get started, I just want to do a couple of heart announcements. We will be selling pink pumpkins today during lunch block. During lunch block, if you're interested in purchasing a pumpkin, they're $5. All money will go to Susan G. Komen. The pumpkins were actually grown by the Genevas. They planted the seeds last spring and harvested the pumpkins and grew them and picked them for this wonderful cause. So if you're interested in the pink pumpkin, we will be outside the lunchroom today during double and lunch. Purchase the pumpkin. At the end of the day, you can pick up the pumpkin, pick your own pumpkin outside middle school. So that's for a great cause for breast cancer. So today pumpkins will be on sale. In addition, Heart Club members, I need to see you right after this meeting for about 1 to 2 minutes just to organize some final details about the pumpkins today. About it? Okay, so it is Lead Denim Day. I want to thank everyone in advance for wearing their pink and jeans and donating to this awesome cause. Every year we have really brave volunteers come up and tell their stories. So I ask you today to kind of keep an eye out for yourself and the people around you. Many people in this audience are affected by breast cancer or cancer in general. So today, if what you hear today upsets you, triggers you, makes you feel like you want to talk to someone, reach out to your dean, your advisors, teachers, stop by my office. There's tons of supportive people here to help you get through this day. But really take care of yourself and take care of the people around you. Also, it takes tons of courage to get up here to give an announcement. It takes even more courage to get up here and tell a personal story. So really give kudos to these 3 young ladies for being brave and honest and really putting themselves out there and telling their stories to you today. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Catherine.
Good morning, my name is Catherine Darling and I'm a senior here. Please stand up if you know someone who has been affected by breast cancer. Now look around. Please sit down. Did you know that 1 in 800 women, including young and old, will develop breast cancer every year in Erie County? For women in their 50s, 60s, and 70s, there is a 1 in 400 chance of getting breast cancer each year. The good news is breast cancer is very treatable when it's caught early. In fact, the death rate from breast cancer has dropped by 35% in the past 2 decades. Women over the age of 40 are encouraged to get annual mammograms to detect any abnormalities. Last year, when we were asked to stand up if we knew someone with breast cancer, I stood up since I did know someone. But little did I know that only 12 months later, I'd stand up for a completely different person much closer to my heart, my mom. As many of you know, my mom was diagnosed with stage 1 breast cancer less than a month ago. She has already had surgery to remove the cancerous lymph nodes, and so far it looks like she's in the clear. We're unsure as to what the treatments will be since we're still waiting for results, but the prognosis is very favorable. The reason why my mom's cancer was so treatable was because she gets annual mammograms. The cancer didn't have time to grow into an aggressive form because it was caught in such early stages. Now I know none of the students here are old enough to get mammograms, but we all have moms, grandmas, aunts, neighbors, teachers, and coaches who we care about. Today I'm asking you to talk to a loved one and ask them if they've had their annual mammogram yet. As uncomfortable as you think it might be, it might just save their life. If you take away anything from this meeting today, remember that mammograms save lives. You never know whose life you can save by asking one simple question. Have you gotten your mammogram this year?
Hi, my name is Lizzie Viola and I'm a senior. I've been going to Nichols since I was a freshman. I'd like to think that most people here know me very well. However, there are some things that I don't typically broadcast. For example, when I was in the 4th grade, my mom passed away from breast cancer. My mom, Mary Cara Viola, was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2002, and fortunately on June 5th, 2006, she lost her battle. Now most people think that because I was so young that I didn't fully comprehend what was going on around me. However, that is incredibly false. I understood how sick my mom was, what she was going through, and when the end became inevitable. And because of this, I grew up a lot quicker than most 9 to 10-year-olds. I had to learn how to help my mother when she was in need, whether she felt sick and needed water, when she wanted to be left alone, and when she just wanted her daughter around to keep her company. I also had to learn what being strong meant. It's a tough thing seeing the woman who is everything to you slowly become weaker and weaker, not just physically, but emotionally also. But my mom, she was incredible. No matter how awful she felt or how tired she was, she still always acted like everything was perfectly fine. Her courage never wavered. She was determined to fight for as long as her body would allow. She went through the whole process. She had chemo and different kinds of treatments, and after a little while, everything seemed to be doing really well, and we thought she had beat it. But then a few months later, we found out the cancer was back. Nothing is worse than being so grateful that something is over, only to find out that you didn't really win, just avoid something for some time. When we found out a second time that the cancer was back, the future didn't look too optimistic. However, that didn't slow down my mom. In fact, I think it sparked something in her. I think in her mind, she figured, I may not have much time left, why not make the most of it? One day, after I had gotten home from school, my mom surprised me by telling me that we were going to Disney World. Tickets were booked, bags were packed, and we were off. And another day, while I was on my way home from hockey practice, I got a call from one of my sisters saying that there was a surprise waiting at home. I walked into my house to find a dog. I walked over to my mom, who was sitting on the couch watching TV, and I said, "Hey Mom, whose dog is that?" Suddenly, I watched this big grin grow across her face. As it turns out, during the day, my mom had decided that she wanted a dog. So she took my sisters, Stephanie and Catherine, and drove to the SPCA. One of the workers was talking to my sister while my mom wandered off looking at other dogs. She found this dog huddled up in a corner, too scared to even look as if who else was in the room. The worker walked over and explained to my mom that this dog was in Hurricane Katrina, and she rarely left the corner and barely socialized with any of the other dogs. Immediately, my mom decided that that was the dog for her and brought her home. Mind you, my dad had absolutely no idea any of this was going on. He was very surprised to say the least. My mom, being the loving woman that she was, transformed the dog from being shy and timid to energetic and affectionate. The dog, which we later named Lily, is still with us today and represents a little piece of my mom. Now, I don't want you to pity me or feel sorry for me. What happened to me and my family is tragic. However, I've learned many valuable lessons and it has helped shape me into the person I am today. Of course, I miss my mom every day, and there are certain times I wish she could have been here with me, like getting ready for prom, figuring out my senior pictures, and having someone to be on my side while I got in an argument with a sibling or my dad. God bless that man. But my experience has helped me connect with so many people and form so many bonds. And because of this, I want to ask for your help. I want you to help others who have mothers, sisters, aunts, or friends who have been diagnosed with breast cancer. Whether you donate, volunteer, or are just there for another person going through a similar experience to mine. Trust me, everything makes a difference, no matter how big or small the gesture is. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lydia and I'm a junior. I was in kindergarten when my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. At the time, I didn't know what cancer was or what would happen to my mom. I knew she was sick, and that's about how much I could grasp as a 5-year-old. Shortly after that, my father became a single working parent since my mom was on bed rest for months. Every day, people would stop by and help with what they could, and it was all confusing to me and my brother. One day, everything was fine, and the next, you rarely see your own mother. My dad did most of the cooking, cleaning, and washing, and still managed to go to work after dropping us at school. From what I can remember, I only went to school once or twice in pajamas, and my teacher always ended up fixing my hair at school since my dad had no idea how to make ponytails symmetrical. Although it was difficult, with the help of our family, friends, and community, we managed. After a mastectomy, a lot of medication and rest, my mom finally got better. Over the years, I've always wondered how different my life would be. If my mom hadn't have gotten better, then I believe there is no way I would be where I am today, which is just another reason why I'm grateful. Since then, my family has grown from a family of 4 to a family of 10. We are one of the lucky families that beat cancer, and we wanted to share the love that was shown by our family, friends, and community. When I was in 4th grade, we became a foster family, and by the end of October this year, we will have officially adopted 6 children. The reason I'm telling you all of this is to not only raise awareness of cancer, but also to show you how there is hope. Just like how my community, friends, and family came together when my mom was sick, we need to come together now as a community to raise awareness. Thank you.
Thank you all very much for having the courage to get up and talk to us today. As Ms. Vallis said, take care of each other today. You want to talk. There are so many people here to talk to you. And thank you girls again. Seniors, you can lead us out.